and I have found him quite strong to handle. When I bought him, they told me that he'd done quite a lot of handling, and unfortunately when I got him back, he went straight up in the air with me. He was quite naughty to handle, dragged me along the path. Since then I've done a lot of handling with him. I just knew when I saw him that he had a really good temperament, despite being a bit tricky. He's got a good heart, and despite the vets and friends and instructors saying I ought to sell him, I just know somewhere that there's a really good horse, and I'm hoping that Monty can work wonders with him tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm going to show you a little bit about this dually halter, because just while she was giving you that description of Archie, I did a little work here to cause Archie to come to me without pulling on that, just to get a rub between the eyes. And that starts out, watch this now, the halter gets smaller when he resists it, and bigger and more comfortable when he comes off of it. And now I don't even have to tighten it, and he comes to my hand. So already he's thinking, this isn't a bad guy, no? He hasn't yelled at me, he hasn't given me any bashes with a whip or anything. This is not a bad guy. So I'm going to take him over here. We call it 2 o'clock because the gate is always 6 o'clock. So directly across from the gate would be 12. And I'm just going to turn him loose, and I'm going to flick that line out there and let him go away from me. What's all this about then? This is about allowing the horse freedom. Allowing the horse to be free so that he can make up his mind. And since he's a flight animal, he's made up his mind, I'll just go away from you. And that's okay. But watch how the mind of the horse works, in that they're free to go away, so they do so. And they have a flight distance. And that flight distance is generally about 1/4 mile. In a space like this, it's about 1/4 mile. If you go out in the vast countryside, it can be 20 or 30 miles. But in here, it's about 1/4 mile, until he will communicate back to me that he would like to stop going away. And that's about 4 or 5 laps in each direction of this 50-foot pen. I'm going to turn him now and go the other way and encourage him to go away. It's a little bit like saying, you want to go away? That's all right, you're a flight animal. But don't go away a little, go away a lot. Go on away. So I send him. And I'll encourage him to even go with more gusto like that. Get a little bit of camera on it. And for those people that would say, oh, he just runs them around until they're exhausted, then they'll do anything he says. Yeah, that's okay. If you want to be the volunteer first rider, let's see if he's exhausted. Not exhausted. He's barely warmed up by the time he jogs most of the way. And now the next round, I'm going to turn him back in the original direction that he traveled. Like this. Now watch what happens. Watch the ear on this side and the lowering of the head like that. All happened when he came back to the first direction he traveled. I learned this from the wild horses. As he goes away from me, watch this ear lock on me and make a smaller circle coming off the fence and looking over at me. We're looking for 4 gestures from Archie. The ear, the smaller circle, licking and chewing, and dropping the head down by the soil. And Archie can't help himself. That's his language. That's just what he does. So he's done a little bit of licking and chewing, but not a lot. And the other 3 he's done beautifully, but there's more licking and chewing now. A lot more. So that's good. And I'll sitting a little more. We may get a little more right now of the licking and chewing. But he's done enough of the whole thing. I have been shoulder square, eyes on eyes, fingers open, all motion square. So he's gone away. But I'm ready to go passive now and invite Archie to come to me. Come into me voluntarily. And I'll do it by approach and retreat, or advance and retreat. So I got a couple of steps there, good licking and chewing. We'll see if we can get a little more coming to me from him. Can you do it, Archie? Yeah? Can you do it? Atta boy. Atta boy. There's your moment of enjoyment. And I'll turn and remember about this rubbing. He'll hearken back to that now and realize that that's a habituation that he's incurred because I used the halter early and did that while his Bible was being read, so to speak. Now I walk away and I get follow-up. Join up and follow up. And usually that happens in about 4 to 4.5 minutes with most horses. And we've been using it for a lot of years, but I haven't used it in this particular way just before putting the first rider on. And I just bounce these legs like slide things on the ground, and then just bounce them up in the saddle like this. And I was using this on all the Queen's horses, and boy, it works a treat. They see the action of these legs jumping up in the saddle, and then they hear all of that canvas hitting the saddle. And particularly on this off side, the rider's right leg is going to come down here. So then after doing that, I come around here, and I do it again on this side, like this, and then whoops, the leg goes right over. Then I step away and let them see those legs following them. Whoa, that's kind of scary. But he gets his rub. And again. And his rub. And then I'll pull it down like the rider getting off. And up it goes again. And up it goes again. And then come around this side again. And take this leg and now, when the rider's right leg comes over the horse and comes down to the stirrup there, it won't be a big surprise for him. But I've had so many horses buck with riders that you didn't do that offside bouncing. Of the 3 segments is to move Archie's feet with my rider up there. That's another level of challenge. And then take my rider down, a little rub, relax and walk away. So he's saying, you know, there's no reason for me to get upset. I don't have to worry about this. The guy's not a bad guy. Okay. The third one is to put Jake up there, move his feet, and then put Jake's foot in the near stirrup. I'm putting right on. And I'm in here just to guide him a little bit. Now he has a unity up on his back. Holy moly. And actually, we've been about 15, 18 minutes. On the first day, we would like it if Archie would just walk. Certainly Jake would like it. Now he doesn't want to go away from me. And you can understand that. I'm his safe place now. At first he was reluctant about coming to me. Now I'm his safe place. And that's how quickly you can create a safe place for your horse. If you get his language right. So there is Archie, taking his first rider for a little horseback ride. Relaxed, no sweating, no stress, low pulse rate,